What's up guys, welcome back to Finance to Fly. My name is Luke and I'm here to help you elevate your travel while minimizing your spending. Today we got a new mock booking type redemption video where I show you how to get to Bali round trip, couple hotel options you have in the area, all with points and miles and saving thousands of dollars. This is another literal example of how you can elevate your travel while minimizing your spending. And quickly to start off, like I usually do with these videos, I want to note that I will not be talking about how to get the points in this video. I will be more of talking about how to spend the points in these videos. This video is designed to show you an options or give you inspiration on how you can use your points, where you can use them, and how much value you can get from them if you really take your time and look. This is all going to be hypothetical, and honestly it might not apply to you, but maybe in a few years down the road you actually are planning a trip to Bali and you wanted some inspiration. This video is here to provide that, what you can use your points for in Bali, a few different options for the hotels, how you can get there super cheap, super easily. And if you're looking to figure out how to find all these points, how to get all these points, amass these points over the next couple years, go ahead, check out some of the other videos on the channel. They will help you and get you through, kind of get you an idea of what cards you should sign up for, if you should buy points, stuff like that. All the ways you can save money are on the channel. You can go check those out. They always come out weekly on Thursdays too. Without further delay, I will jump into the Bali redemption now. So for this trip, it's gonna be one person. It's gonna be a month-long trip. I figured I'd spice it up a little bit, not do a week-long trip, do a month-long trip. This one's gonna be from February 1st to February 28th, 2026. It's pretty easy redemption, not gonna lie. Finding flights to Bali in business class is pretty hard and far and few between, but you can if you have a ton of points. I know United, you can get there for 250,000 miles each way, which is a ton of miles, but each way you can get that when you book with United. That'll also book you from your home airport. But either way, we're gonna assume you are in LA because I think a lot more West Coasters head to Southeast Asia for their holidays. Not that the East Coast doesn't, but I think it's a lot easier for the West Coast to get over there since they don't have to travel across the whole US. Either way, this flight is gonna be booked round trip on American Airlines with their Saver Award rate. For an economy class, usually this will cost around $1,600 round trip, but you're only gonna spend about 75,000 miles and $94 on this whole plane ride. You're gonna have a stopover in Hong Kong and then you're going direct to Bali. It's honestly a very good redemption. You're going to be flying Cathay Pacific. Sometimes the best redemption is the one that's easiest to redeem. You can always make a super hard redemption. You can be doing a repositioning flight to 3 different cities. You can have 5 different stopovers everywhere else. Sometimes the easiest reward booking is the one that gets you from point A to point B, the easiest, the quickest, and the cheapest. Of course, I could have looked for some business class. This is the easiest, the quickest to book, and one of the cheapest ways to book to Bali. 75,000 miles round trip for what's pretty much 20 hours of air travel, 30 hours of total travel after the count layovers. It's pretty good value. Not to mention you can probably book this from your home airport and it'll still be the same amount of points, which is another huge factor. Plus, just one more thing, you probably don't want to spend a lot of money on your flight there. If you're spending 30 days there, you can also pay to upgrade on your flights. So there might be an upgrade redemption for $300-400 to premium economy, or maybe $1,000 to. It might be more beneficial to not spend hours upon hours looking for an award rate in business class that you can't find, to just be able to upgrade and choose the dates that you want to go and then upgrade with cash later. And a little side note for this video, I'm not going to be covering the Semper Point value. I just want to show you where you can go. I know I cover Semper Point value a lot on this channel, and for all these redemptions you can get pretty good Semper Point value, but for the most part, when you're spending your points, you shouldn't be targeting Semper Point value in terms of what you should get, but more of what is convenient for you. When you're redeeming points, the goal is to save cash, and as long as you're redeeming points, you're saving cash. Of course, there are better ways to save more cash than less cash, but at the end of the day, if it makes you happy and you are only getting a half a Semper Point in value, then yes, it's a good redemption, right? Like, I can show you 3 Semper Point value redemptions throughout the channel all day, every day, right? But what makes you happy is the most important redemption. What redemption is good for you is the most important redemption. So, not going to be covering those in this video. But either way, when you get to Bali, you're going to want to split up your time amongst a bunch of different hotels. I'm going to give you an example of 5 hotels, 5 days each, and they're all going to be a little bit different areas of Bali, and they're all going to be super nice for honestly pretty decent value. The first one is going to be booked through Hilton's luxury collection. It's going to be the Umana Bali. For 5 nights, it's 380,000 points or 95,000 points a night. The same cash cost is around $4,000 for 5 nights. It's honestly a good value for your points, but not to mention, look at how cool this hotel is. I mean, you can see the pictures on the screen now. It's pretty nice. You get a whole private villa. You're getting over 4,300 square feet in your room. I mean, that is incredible. That's unheard of. Over 4 times the amount of square foot I have in my apartment, almost 5 times the amount of square foot my apartment is. Pretty great value for your points and money. Moving on to the next hotel. The next hotel, we're gonna be staying at the Viceroy Bali. It's 420,000 points for a 5-night stay or 105,000 points per night. This is gonna be around a $4,200 cash rate. And this again, you're gonna get another villa. You're gonna get a terrace pool villa. Look at the pictures on the screen. From what it looks like online, it looks pretty nice. Of course, one day, hopefully I'll be able to review that hotel. Then again, it's probably gonna be a while just because it's hard to get award flights to Bali in business class like I mentioned. But look at the hotel. It's looking pretty nice. Great value for your points. Again, another really good inspiration for you when you're traveling there if you have a lot of Hilton points. Next up, we're gonna be booking a Marriott property next. We're gonna be booking the W Bali. It's another nice hotel. You're gonna get a whole private area for yourself, private pool, cabana, all that stuff for you in your room. Best part is this is usually around a 400 to 500,000 points for a 5-night stay, but you can look for point savers depending on when you go. And a point saver is pretty much just a discounted or the saver award rate for Marriott. They're far and few between, but for this one I was able to find it for those dates, and it's only 353,000 points for a 5-night stay, and it's usually 3,300 bucks when for that same 5-night stay. So it's a pretty good redemption for your Marriott points, and it's another private area, private pool, all that stuff. Very cool redemption. Next up, we're gonna again book some Marriott points. This one's gonna get you a lot more value for your Marriott points. It's gonna be the Mandapa Reserve, the Ritz-Carlton Reserve, one of the best hotels in the world. You'll be booking the Reserve Suite there for only less than 500,000 points for a 5-night stay. It's pretty good, 494,000 points. Same cash rate is around $7,000. So you look at all that money you're saving if you decide to book with points. Of course, you're saving this money because you have the points, and that's what makes this redemption great. Maybe you aren't booking this hotel if you didn't have the points, and that's what's cool. You save up those points, you get to book a once-in-a-lifetime hotel and a once-in-a-lifetime trip. Last but not least, we're gonna move over to Hyatt for our last booking. It's gonna be another villa over 3,000 square feet. It's gonna be the Alila Villas Uluwatu. Over 3,000 square feet, private pool, private villa. Very nice booking. 40,000 points a night, by the way, which for a 5-night stay, it's gonna be around 200,000 Hyatt points, which is high, but that's much better than almost $3,000 cash rate for the same 5-night stay. Honestly, very cool, very nice, very cool hotel. So that's pretty much all the bookings that we were talking about. We got the 5 hotels, all villas, and then we got the economy class award ticket from LAX to Denpasar round trip ticket. I think one of the unique things about booking Bali trips with points is that you can usually book a massive thousands of square foot space for really cheap. Both cash rate and points rate are honestly really relatively cheap. In the US, if you were to book over a 4,000 square foot room, it's going to be probably $5,000 or $6,000 a night. For this trip, you could have booked that with the Umana Bali and you get 5 nights for $4,000 alone. Not to mention the points amount is only 380,000 points. Your points will get you way more, even though it's less cash value. You'll get you way more when you travel overseas. I mean, a 4,000 square foot room is probably going to be, like I said, $5,000 in the US a night. You're getting that for $4,000 for 5 nights, and then you're going to get 380,000 points over there. You probably wouldn't be able to book that same room in the US, the 4,000 square foot room, for that amount of points because that's probably an upgraded room. The standard room there is 4,000 square feet. That's where you can look at the redemptions when you're traveling overseas or looking at planning a trip. See what hotels get you above and beyond what you normally would get in the States. The States, you're going to have the standard room, standard 1 king, standard 2 queen. When you travel outside the States, Europe, you're going to probably have a little bit smaller room, but it might be a little bit nicer, a little bit more posh, depending on where you stay, if it's a small luxury hotel or not. Maybe a more unique experience by staying in a vineyard or whatnot. Then you're going to have bigger rooms over in Southeast Asia. You're going to have these villas that you would not be able to get over in the US, something a once in a lifetime experience you can have. And that's kind of what the point of this video is, kind of show you a couple of the options, a very small portion of the options you can have when booking a trip to Bali. And I hope this gave you a lot of good ideas, maybe it spurred some ideas on what you're going to plan your trip on for next year, or maybe 3 years down the line, where you want to stay. Maybe you saw one of these redemptions and you're like, hey, I want to stay there when I go there. Don't know when I'm going to stay there, don't know when I'm going there, but I'm staying there. But wrapping things up, I want to hear what your thoughts are. Have you been to Bali? Have you stayed at any of these hotels I mentioned? Is there any hotels I missed that are good value for your points or good cash value that you enjoyed? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you could hit that like and subscribe button, it would be greatly appreciated. Until next time, have a great day.